Alright, welcome to Bunsen Burner Recordings, episode 121. We're here with True Paul, Real Dan, and False Fred, and we'll figure that out later, why he's named that.
I feel targeted.
AKA Worm Daddy.
Yeah, aka Dan is Worm Daddy, and Fred is Wanamar?
Wanomar. That's like Manowar's Wario.
Yeah, exactly.
I can imagine like a woman cover band like the Iron Maidens with that name.
Oh yeah.
There's actually a tribute band to Manowar, but they're all gay. It's called Manowar.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, really.
Huh. I learned something.
Forgot about Nanowar.
Alright, well, we're all here and it's a special episode.
Maybe they aren't gay. They're just a parody band. I think the way they looked, they just look gay. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, Manowar.
No. I'm right. I'm looking at their album cover, or their album titles. Other bands play Nanowar gay, Into Gay Pride Ride. Okay. Yes, so they are gay.
Well, there you go. Yeah, special episode. One of its kind. We're doing a whole band type of, I guess, discussion.
The whole
stuff.
shebang.
But before we get into that, what's up with you guys? Fred, you're sick. I think Dan passed it along.
I think so. Should have worn a mask last week when we recorded.
I have a canker sore in my throat.
In your throat.
Well. Yeah.
Well, that's worse.
Dan, did you get like a mirror and check it out, or how'd you find that?
Yeah, I felt something in there. I'm like, there's something in my throat on Thursday night, and I went to the bathroom. I just got my phone flashlight, and I looked in the mirror, and you could see it. You could see a white, like two right next to each other, white canker sore.
Oh, God.
Well, that sucks.
Never had one go that far back.
Yeah, this is the first time. I looked it up, and it said, it's like that happens with COVID.
Oh. Well then.
So I don't know if I have COVID. I didn't test myself. But I don't feel bad. I feel fine. I just have a canker sore in my throat. That's what's left.
Yeah, you had a week of just chilling, huh?
Yeah, I didn't go to work. I skipped out on both practices. I watched Bedazzled with what's his name?
Elizabeth Hurley.
Yeah. You ever see that movie, Paul?
No.
It's funny. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I
Okay.
always assumed it was like a chick flick, but it's not at all. It's Brendan Fraser makes a deal with the devil, and hilarity ensues, as the millennials would say.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and she's the devil. Okay.
Yeah, she's the one from Austin Powers. I think, right? Yeah, it must be her.
I think so.
Never seen this movie.
It's funny.
Like advertised or anyone talk about it.
Oh no? I've been seeing it around for my whole life, but I never watched it. I sat down and watched it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I kind of laughed out loud. It was pretty funny. Pretty good.
It's all just Monkey Bone, George of the Jungle, Mummy, Encino Man.
Encino Man.
I remember Encino Man.
So I like that one. That's one of my favorites. What do you think of your Bulgarian dork bud now?
Oh, Looney Tunes Back in Action. I remember that one.
I don't think I've ever seen that bullshit.
And The Whale, of course.
The Whale was pretty good. The ending was funny.
Yeah,
I've heard it's good. I haven't seen it though.
Yeah, he got up.
Thanks for spoiling it. Got up. Yeah, I suppose he did get up.
So you had the pretty ideal week, huh? You just, besides the sickness, just chilling.
I wasn't that sick. Like, I had a throat thing, and then the next day I had a fever for a night, and then a couple days of like blowing the nose, and then just kind of general sickness for the rest of the time. But like nothing that horrible. It was pretty good actually. Yeah, I didn't do anything all week long, and it was pretty good.
That's nice. You need one of those weeks out of the 52,
Yeah,
Yep.
seriously. It feels great to not have any responsibilities. Well, my whole family was sick. My dad got the household sick. So
That's his fault.
it's his fault, but also I don't know. There was not really any obligation to do anything. I mean, there was one day of the week where I had to unload and load up some parts, but one day out of the week, 2 hours out of the day, not so bad.
Damn. Warm Daddy got all the babies sick.
Worm Daddy, yeah. Worm Daddy and the Worm Babies. You really like that, huh?
It's hilarious.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Well, Robert just sends bullshit in the chat sometimes, and he sent a picture of Stephen King, and he's like, "This is more evil than Paul," or he's as evil as Paul is. And I just sent a picture of that worm from James and the Giant Peach.
No.
They called him Worm
Yeah.
Daddy.
Fair play.
I don't know. He looks kind of jazzy. He looks like a jazzy kind of worm. I don't know why I was thinking of this myself. I was like talking to myself in my head, and I'm like, what would be like, what's like a kids movie, but like that's actually cool as an adult? I was like, oh, James and the Giant Peach. That's a pretty cool movie. So that just kind of popped into my head.
I like kids' movies that are kind of creepy and not really appropriate for kids.
Kids movies that are like, I don't know. I guess I would just have to pick and choose. Like James and the Giant Peach is a good one. I think I've made this point before. Same thing about scary movies. As long as they're good movies, like that's if they're good and watchable and not just bullshit. Toy Story, for example, is hilarious and a good movie. James
It
and
is.
the Giant Peach is trippy, but not trippy enough where it's like, well, this is so crazy, man. It's more like this is kind of just a cool movie. I don't know if there's any others that I can think of off the top of my head that are like, oh, you know what's a good one as far as like Disney movies go? Pinocchio is pretty good.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can watch that as an adult.
Do you ever see Coraline?
Yeah, I saw Coraline. It was right. It was cool.
I enjoy that one quite a bit. And I find it pretty creepy.
It's cool. You know what I enjoy? I talked about this before. Wallace and Gromit. I really enjoy.
Yes.
Enjoy those. Those are very funny.
They are great.
Eating some red velvet cookies I got from the market, drinking some coffee.
Ooh.
They're yummy.
Yeah, no kidding. Damn it, I want some
Sorry.
cookies now.
We're just kind of chewing.
Yeah.
Were you guys ever fans of those, like, movies that are based around dogs, like Beethoven and Air Bud and shit?
Fuck no.
Every
I didn't
time,
watch that shit.
every
Hell
time
no.
it came on, I would just change it. Like, fuck
Yeah,
that.
I'm
Like,
not
what's the
watching
point of that shit?
Those are just like those franchise movies. It's like hard to imagine who the fuck would watch that.
Dude, they're fucking terrible.
It's like I grew
Yeah.
up watching Air Buddies. I grew up watching Beethoven's Fifth. Fuck you. You're dead. If you were watching Beethoven's fucking Fifth, you're dead. You didn't make it to adulthood.
Died a child.
You died a child. You died because you saw those movies.
I don't think I've ever, like, I
I just
just
spit my coffee out here.
I just know it sucked from just what it is. I never watched it. I probably saw the commercial of it, like, foreshadowing that it's going to play next, and then I was like, alright, I gotta find something else to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Never.
yeah.
Never watched those.
That's like Guantanamo Bay torture shit.
Yeah. That's like like babysitter torture. That's like that's like you're at the babysitter's house and they're like, oh, it's a kid, we're gonna watch a kids movie, or it's like that's like school torture. That's like, oh wait, you're in second grade and you're gonna watch a movie and everyone knows that this movie fucking sucks and it's like Air Buddies or something.
Yeah, I was trying to remember movies that were on when I was a kid, and I was like, those are fucking terrible. And those are always on. Those are Disney movies, I think, right?
I have no fucking clue. I don't know what they were. Yeah, I have no idea what they were.
I figured Fred might be into it. Aren't you a dog guy?
I mean, I'm curious about that movie with.
Fred watching Air Buddies.
Yeah, not so much, but what's it called? Good Boy, the horror movie from the point of view from a dog.
Oh, you mean Courage the Cowardly Dog live action?
I don't think so. No.
It's Good Boy.
It's basically the premise. It's like you're just a dog and you see all these monsters and ghosts, and it's like Courage, and you go blah 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 blah.
This is not the okay. It looks like there's a couple of these different movies. Is this a new movie?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, just put in
I'm
like
seeing-
2025.
There's 3 movies called Good Boy. I've seen one of them. That stupid kids movie. Remember that movie where the kid can talk to the dogs or something?
Well, I don't think this one's out yet. It's out in the 3rd of October. Yeah, but I do want to watch this one. It seems interesting.
There's another movie called Good Boy, and it looks like it's a man in a dog suit, and he's acting like a dog. As far as the pictures go, from what I'm looking at, it's a guy in a dog suit.
Damn, this only has a running time of an hour 13 minutes. I can't imagine what goes on that quickly.
Oh.
It's a 13-minute film.
No, an hour 13 minutes.
Oh,
It stays concise. I like that.
this is what those guys do at the gay pride parades. They dress like dogs and then they like run up to little kids and stuff.
What parades have you been to?
Not that I've been to, but you see this stuff on YouTube.
He was at a Manowar concert.
Other bands playing Manowar gay. Movie called Dunstan Checks In.
That sounds familiar for some reason.
I've never seen this, but look at the movie poster. The one with the it's a monkey in the hotel. I don't know. I get that's what the movie's about. I guess just by the movie poster. He's like it's the one where he's like surfing on the suitcase. See that?
Yeah.
And he's like in his undies. That's kind of funny.
I see the one where he's like
Oh, you see who's in
hugging the
this
one
movie?
from the kid.
Yeah, I see that one. He's hugging the kid. That one's a little scary, but the other one looks funny. Oh my God! You see the screenshot on the side? If you look it up on Google, there's a screenshot of the YouTube video, and the monkey looks like fucking deformed, like he's about to like rip that kid in two.
Creepy.
You see it? It's like the minute-long video.
No.
You see what I'm talking about?
No.
Watch. Go to Google, look up Dunstan Checks In, and it's the little YouTube video on the right. It's like what is that?
Okay,
Yeah,
you got
see
Jason
who's in this
Alexander.
movie? You got Jason Alexander. You got Paul. You got Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee Herman.
Interesting stuff here. Yeah, I don't think I ever saw this movie, but I'm aware of it. I'm aware that it exists.
Oh, fuck.
You know what is a good one? Small Soldiers. That's a good kids movie.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's hilarious.
Which one's that?
It's the one where David Cross David Cross is in it, but like the these fucking toys, like the army guys and the monsters, they give them like fucking AI chips, so they come alive and they start fucking battling it out.
Oh,
1998.
Yeah, that could be
Never
fun.
seen that movie?
I don't think so.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I'd watch it.
There was something else that I saw as a kid. I think it's like a Russian film, Because when I was a kid, I was big into dinosaurs, and it was like a Russian to English dub movie. It was called. Let's see if I can find it. It was called Journey to the Beginning of Time. That movie, I think, it's from 1955. I used to have the VHS of this, and so I was so into this movie when I was like, I don't know, dude, 5, 6, but I remember like all of it pretty much. I remember like every line of this movie to this day. I would suggest you watch it just because it is so. If you watch it as an adult, if you can imagine like Russian to English dub dinosaurs movie, it's really funny.
Huh.
Like look, it's mostly like stop motion kind of stuff. Like if you look up images of this movie, it looks a bit strange, but it kind of looks awesome. Like look at this, and then you'll be like, oh, see why you like this. It's a great movie.
What's it called again?
It's called Journey to the Beginning of Time.
I really like the sound of that, actually.
It's awesome. Look at these images. Practical effects go crazy, man.
Huh.
Sesta du Paveku.
Dupaveku?
Yeah, I guess that's the Czech version. 1955 Czech adventure.
Yes, that's the Czech version. But yeah, it's an English dub. I think it's probably on YouTube. You can probably watch the whole thing on YouTube.
I see the scene of the Allosaur fighting the Stegosaurus. I think they've since determined that Allosaurs were bounced more forwards and didn't have their tails on the ground.
My legs are sore.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay, are you guys, if you're still on the images, I want you to scroll down a bit. Scroll down to there's a point where it shows like a little lizard like thing on a stick.
Lizard on a stick.
Let's see it. Let's see if I can,
Yeah, with his mouth
see
open.
that?
Yeah, with the
Does-
YouTube. The YouTube one.
Do they have that on YouTube? Because I'm looking at an image. I don't know if it's the same one.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right here. It has like a mouth open and it's like right hand on a stick.
Yeah, that part I remember was like slightly disturbing because like the fat kid in the movie goes off on his own, and so in the movie they're like at the museum or something. They go to the museum and then they like take a boat trip, and then they go into this like ancient cave and they come out the other side and they keep going backwards in time. So at this point in the movie, they're like in the whatever the Triassic period. I'm not sure the swampy period, and the fat kid goes off on his own, and there's that little like amphibious thing, and it like starts honking at the kid. It's like, and I remember it was like kind of disturbing because it was like so anticlimactic. There wasn't really anything going on. It was just sort of this ambient mode. There's like no music going on. It was just kind of bizarre. And all you
What
hear
is
is like the
this?
splashing of the water.
Weird. I'm kind of interested to watch
fun,
this now.
That's a fun movie. So I'm still chewing on my cake. Not my cock, my cake.
Sure.
Sorry, finished chewing on my cock. As Fred knows.
The truth comes out.
To move on from this topic, I also was watching Guy Fieri's show, the one where he goes to diners, drive-ins, and
Good
whatever the
show.
fuck.
Who dies?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I think I after watching this show, that guy's fucking hilarious. That guy
Yeah.
made me laugh. It kind of reminds me of watching Hugh Hauser's show, California Gold. It's so wholesome, and there's something about real life that and the wholesomeness caught on TV. People just kind of enjoying their meals and good food. I don't know. It makes your soul feel good watching something like that. It's a nice palate cleanser from all the just horse cock that's out there. I'll just say that. I think I like Guy Fieri better than Gordon Ramsay. He seems like a cooler guy. He's funny.
Yeah, I think just food shows are good palate cleansers.
Yeah, yeah. I think Fred kind of inspired me because he was like, "Oh, I just want to turn my brain off and watch a cake show or cooking show or something." And
Right? Isn't it great?
yeah, it was so perfect. About an hour, I had about an hour to kill before we came on today, and I had my shades drawn, like they were open a little bit, and the lighting was perfect, and I found a perfect way to sit in my recliner. So it's hot these days, it's summertime, so I'm really not using like a comforter, just using like a sheet that's working perfectly, not waking up sweaty. Um, so you get the comforter and you drape that over the recliner, and you just have this big old cozy recliner. It's real nice. And the lighting was just perfect. It was just kind of like the perfect ambiance and atmosphere while watching the Guy Fieri diner show. Perfect, perfect. Such a good time. I had a really good time this week. Usually I'd be bored out of my mind just sitting around doing nothing, but no, I think it's kind of warranted. And I kind of
It's very needed sometimes.
yeah, I didn't even know I needed it, but it was okay. It was okay. I'm gonna
No, just
continue.
switching off is always good for you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I had to take the dog to the vet today, so that was just like
Oh, mine's going tomorrow.
took all day long. My dog's got a skin condition. He's like itchy. He's losing his fur. His fucking I don't know. He's got like bumps and shit. He's all
It's like allergies.
I don't know what it is. The doctor thinks it's like an allergy to fleas, but I haven't seen any fleas on him. And it's like the second time he's getting fucking rounds of pills, so it's like, I don't fucking know.
Could just be seasonal, maybe.
I just don't know. It's been a bad year for the little fellow.
How old is he?
He's 8.
Oh yeah, still a young buck.
Somewhat, somewhat. Got him when he was 5. When he was a really young buck. When he was getting
Well, my dog that passed away in December was 17 and a half, so get him to that age.
old. Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. I don't think I've ever had a dog that lasted that long. I think a couple of my dogs were they were like 14. They got up to like 14. But I don't know. I don't know if big dogs outlive little dogs because I've only had smaller,
It's the other way
like
around.
weenie dogs. Mostly had weenie dogs when I growing up.
Smaller the dog, usually longer lifespan tends to be.
Ah, okay. Interesting, interesting.
Like especially the really big ones like Great Danes and fucking Irish Wolfhounds. Like
Yes.
those really big ones, like 5 to 8 years if you're lucky. Meanwhile, like little things like Shih Tzus, like it's not unusual for them to get like what, 14, 15.
Ugh. Sorry, I was reading a message request right now from somebody with like
Oh.
Adventure Time, Avi, and it says, "Hi friend, how are you?" And I don't know why my initial reaction to that was
Ugh.
that. I don't know. Galicia has a Instagram page. Paul is in charge, so any inquiries, it's mostly for show related stuff. That's all it is, and maybe some news. There's not going to be much news.
I've gone back and retroactively tagged all my posts.
tagged. What do you mean?
Tagged. Like it mentions the Galicia page on those posts now.
Ah, okay, cool, 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 cool.
So if you
cool.
check your
Way to go.
tagged, if you check your tagged tab, you should see everything I've posted from you guys.
Cool.
I think that's all of it.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, we have a little mini tour coming up this weekend. Not quite a tour.
Oh.
We just have two. We have 2 shows, 2 weekends in a row. That's what we have coming up.
Nice.
Yeah, we didn't have much time to practice for this one, but I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, we got the strict practice schedule on Wednesday.
We can always have a strict practice schedule, but Raph just has to speak up because I know he wants to be a little more strict, but all he has to do is say something. That's it. He would just say, "Hey, let's get in there." All right, okay. That's all he would have to say. He would just have to say something.
That's what I gotta say, big boss.
Yeah, Ross the boss.
Did we miss an epic show this past Saturday?
Yes, I know, Master.
And wasn't it Terrorizer too?
I've seen Terrorizer twice already. Who cares? It's not even the fucking OG lineup anymore. It gives a fuck.
Yeah, Master, but this
Master would have been cool, but I was sick. Never saw Master before.
next week we get to see Beharit though.
Yes,
Oh,
that
sick.
is next week. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I don't know who I'm gonna go with. Maybe Christian. If he, we'll see. We'll see what's up. We'll see what's really up. Maybe I'll just head out on my lonesome.
I'll be going with Julian, so
Yeah, you little gay guys go
you
together.
can get on my shoulders and yeah.
He's like, thanks, Onk.
I'm
Can't
go-
see, big bro.
No
I'm
problem.
I'm gonna be on business trips, so I'm gonna be missing Dark Angel playing Toronto, which is unfortunate.
Damn it.
But I'll be back in time for Dead Congregation, which I'm pretty excited for. I think it'll be a good show.
Dead congregations coming through our neck of the woods too. I might go see them.
I think it'll be worth it. Have you guys heard the new Dark Angel album?
We listened to some of it on the show, or I did. I listened to a little bit of it. I said it didn't sound that bad, and then you said yes, it does.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah.
I
didn't think it was that bad.
I don't know, man. Is it out yet?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Here we go. Full album 2025. When was this posted? 9 days ago. Yeah, I think I listened to it last week after I saw a review come of it online, and it's not great. Vocals are a bit strained. Musically, kind of meh. Drumming's good. That's not surprising.
I thought I saw Hypocrisy drop an album like today or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Creepy.
I didn't really like what they did after their classic albums.
I kind of did. I'm not crazy about it, but I can listen to it.
I kind of stop at Inferior Devotees. Is Fourth Dimension any good? I hate that album cover, but is it any good?
Well, you know what? It was just a remaster. Come on, Spotify.
What?
I was looking through some of my fanzines over the weekend, and I found a couple bands that I don't think I'd ever heard of before. Ultra Perversion. Did you know that one, Fred?
Don't think so.
Yeah, from Italy. That demo was pretty good. I sent it to the group chat there.
The band's called Ultra Perversion?
Of Perversion. That's the name of the band.
Oh, Ultra. Sorry. Yeah, okay, I remember that. I thought you said Ultra Perversion.
No. And there was a weird one. I don't know if this was actually the band that was in the fanzine, but the band was called The Sunless Meridian. And I looked it up. All I could find was a band called Into the Sunless Meridian. And I sent you guys that track, The Birth of Psychic Energies from 1999. You guys both liked it. Pretty cool sounding stuff. Pretty decent sounding stuff.
Yeah, that's a project of Mikhail from Tear Stained.
Oh, is it?
Yep. Night Conqueror's Day. He did Night Conqueror's Day too, and a few other things. Shadowcaster was a weird ambient project too.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't
But
know that.
Sunless Meridian is pretty cool.
There was something else that I was going to bring up. Oh, I found that weird grind band that you checked out, Fred. Disfigured Corpse. That just popped up on my YouTube. I was like, this is kind of wacky sounding.
Yeah. That album
Mega
title was
Ultra
like, what?
Intergalactic Core 2000. It's the name of the album.
Yeah, that's great.
I like
The one
a rocket launching into the sky with a death metal logo on it. That's pretty.
That's how you do it.
Check. That's pretty check, dude.
No, the one I discovered this week is Morser from Germany. the death grind kind of band, I guess.
That was weird. I saw it referred to as power violence. I didn't quite understand that.
Yeah, like listening to it, I don't. Well, I've only heard the first album, 2 Hours to Doom. I don't know what things sound like after that. I saw a copy at a local used record store. Haven't picked it up yet, but I will. I got him to put it on hold for me because it's like $6, and it's pretty good. What else new I've been listening to? I found a Canadian band called Morbid Pain, and they've only got 2 releases. A split with another band called Defamation from 2005, which it's good. It's good. But the album from 1999, Spirit of Evil, is awesome. I need to track a copy of that down.
Huh. Kind of like
Yeah, it's actually really good. It has a good sound on it. I got a copy of the split with Defamation. I found it for like $5 on Discogs. And the Defamation side is pretty cool too. It's live, but it sounds great. But the album itself, there's only 1 copy. It's like $100. So I don't know.
Are you familiar with a band called Silent Scream, Death Thrash?
Does it have like some guy with like long hair on it, and it's like some like kind of like skull demon?
It's like a dude with his skin ripped off, and he's holding the brain. He's pointed at it.
Okay, yeah, that's.
I'm pretty sure I know of. I've at least heard of a few bands called that. Do you know where they're from?
They're from California. They had an album in 1992 off Tombstone Records. I feel like I've known this one forever. But I
Oh, this one. Yeah.
Yeah. I came across, I was on Facebook, and I got a notification on the Necrotic Mess page, out of all things, telling me that this band is going to be playing in Long Beach pretty soon. And if memory serves correct, I think they played about 15 years ago, and I wanted to go, but I didn't go.
Well, these guys are from Long Beach, I guess.
Yeah. I think I might want to go see Silent Scream.
Huh, interesting.
I don't think this might be like this seems like it would be a dead show. Like who's going out to see Silent Scream? You know what I mean? And the flyer just looks like one. You know how sometimes promoters have flyers like nobodies, and you can tell that they're nobodies.
Yeah.
It's one of those kind of things. But I think I might want to go to that.
If I knew about it and it was near me, I'd go.
Yeah, I think I want to go. I want to go.
Well, I mentioned I got the Morbid Pain Defamation split. Might as well do the rest of the week's haul, which is pretty low in quantity but high in quality. When I was at that record store where the Mortar was, I found Carcass, Tools of the Trade EP, which is pretty cool.
What the hell is on that? I don't even recall what's on.
So it's got 1 track taken off of Necroticism, Incarnate Solvent Abuse.
That's a good song.
Yeah. 1 track that's new to the EP, the title track, Tools of the Trade.
Yeah.
And then 2 tracks, one from, I think it's from Reek of Putrefaction, and then one that's from a compilation from '89 that they re-recorded. So if I understand correctly, this was recorded during the Necroticism sessions. But it's closer in style to Symphonies and Reek overall.
Yeah, there were really only a couple of songs that I actually knew and listened to regularly off of Necroticism. That would be track 2, probably one of the most famous Carcass songs, Corporal Jigsaw Quandary, and Incarnated Solvent Abuse. The rest I don't really recall. I don't. If I heard them, they didn't stick, and I didn't care. But those were the 2 songs that I recall.
I like Necroticism, but the tracks are too long, I find. They kind of lose themselves a bit. So when it comes to Carcass, Reek and Symphonies really is where I go to. But this EP, like Incarnated Solvent Abuse, really is like the tightest track on that album. So it fits in well with the I'm saying new, but the new track on this EP, Tools of the Trade, which is pretty quick and grindy, and then you have 2 tracks from like the late 80s when there was still grind. So it's like I wrote on my post for it today, it came out in 92 after Necroticism, but it kind of slots in pretty well between Symphonies and Necroticism. It's like a good bridge between the two. But last arrival today was Maniac Butcher. Sarnak Krev, assuming I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Butcher Day.
Yeah, it is. Happy Maniac Butcher Day, guys. Original LP on Somber Records, which everywhere seems to say is limited to 100 copies. I don't believe that for a second. There are too many copies floating around to buy. Don't buy it. Plus, on Discogs, says 126 people own this. So, whoever... The release itself doesn't say limited to 100 anywhere on it. Yeah. So, it's... I don't know what the limitation is, but there's no way it's 100. I don't believe it for a minute. Either way, pretty happy to have it.
Yeah, last thing that I have on my notes here. Okay, you know how Facebook has those like memory things where like you click and you see all the stuff you posted that day, like years ago, all that crap. Yeah, I clicked on one the other day, and I posted a band that I have absolute, like, you know how sometimes you find a band that you liked a long time ago and you hadn't thought about it and you go, oh, I remember that. But I found a band that I have absolutely no recollection of posting. And this kind of ties into the Wormocked episode where I'm like, crossover is a little bit of a niche thing where it's sort of hard to find like a lot of them. And it was one of them. It was a band called Bomb Disneyland. Bomb Disneyland and their album Why Not from 1989. And it's weird. It is weird crossover with like...
It would have to be, right?
Like strange gutturals. It's quite odd, but it's pretty cool. And it's very primitive like skater stuff, but like very aggressive.
Oh, apparently they changed name to Bomb Everything.
Yeah, well, on that album, you can even see on the it says Bomb Disneyland.
Yeah. But I was just looking them up, and apparently they changed their name. That's interesting.
It looks like they changed their name after the first album. Yeah.
Interesting. This is kind of cool.
Yeah. It is kind of cool. It is something.
Album called Guess What? I like it.
Yeah. Paul, do you have anything on your notebook? Because I have to go boom boom, to be quite frank.
Got nothing. The only metal that came through my mailbox was a new China symbol. Yeah. And guess what the brand is called?
Big Boo Boo Records?
Wuhan.
Wuhan flu!
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, it's the cheapest symbol you can get. But apparently they've been making symbols for over... It says like...
over 1,000 years. Thousands of years.
Basically, yeah. And yeah, it says gonna be the new China for Galicia sets, because the one that I have from Australia is cracking. So
it's pathetic.
Yeah. Yeah. Without any further to do, let Dan do. We'll be right back. Alright, we're back from the break, and part 2 after Dan's number 2. And
poop jokes.
Yeah, we're gonna be covering Manowar throughout the ages, I believe. I don't think we all pick something from just one album or something. But doing it a little bit differently here. We're gonna be not only going through one album, but a discography, or at least as far as it's good, because there is a point. And yeah, let's get Dan to intro this, since it was his idea.
It was actually your idea, no?
No, you said we should do a
No, it's
Manowar
your-
episode.
it's all you.
And I was like, yeah.
No, a while ago, me and Paul discussed this. I could have sworn Paul said we need to do a Manowar episode.
Oh yeah, I think I brought that up, but I think you brought up doing like a whole discography.
I thought that's what the plan was originally, but yeah, whatever. I was gonna say another secret kind of Paul pick, but I do remember that you brought this up, and I'm like, yeah, I like Manowar.
Fred
it's
should
kind
like
of,
him.
What's that?
I said Fred should like him, and I love him. So
So yeah, Manowar, living on the road. Bam, bam. When we're in town, speakers explode.
This is gonna be one of those awkward episodes.
People. What's that?
This is gonna be one of those awkward episodes.
Why awkward?
Because I'll be like, it's okay.
It doesn't have to be awkward. You can just, Fred, you can be 100% truthful, and you could speak and be a dick as much as you want. You've earned your right to be the biggest dick in the universe. It's okay.
Are you telling me this is a safe space?
For you, only you. Everyone else,
Just for you.
everyone else, this is like the dangerous.
This is the gauntlet.
Fred, yes, the gauntlet. But for Fred's allowed to do whatever he wants.
That's my house.
Because Fred shows up, and Fred was willing to do this, and it's insane that we've been doing this for this long, and Fred is like the guy. So yeah, Fred, you're allowed to say and do whatever you want. You're allowed to whatever Fred wants to do. So yeah, it won't be awkward. It'll be. I think it makes it more interesting that you're a little bit on the opposite end of the spectrum than us here.
Yeah.
Fred on the wrong side. It's all right.
Yeah,
Wow,
but with that, if I can intro this, yeah, it's Manowar. It's the Manowar discography, most of it. I think most metal people know who Manowar is. I think most people sort of see Manowar as the from what people say. They say Manowar is the cheesiest metal band there is. It's like, on account of they see themselves as the truest metal band, and on account of the sort of early days of Manowar, their band pictures were a bit homoerotic. They're wearing like silk panties and shit, and they're all oiled up and stuff. So yeah, you have the sort of homoerotic, very serious, self-proclaimed true metal band. I think I don't exactly. It's kind of a weird thing. It seems like they're appreciated within certain bands and certain circles. I don't know that I don't know that Manowar is really appreciated nowadays by the younger crowd. Who I think that's. I'll just say it. I think most of our listeners are younger people, so I don't exactly know how Manowar is perceived by Zoomers, basically, or really millennials for that matter. I think millennials kind of ignore Manowar, or they just say, "Oh, that band's fucking gay. That band's retarded," because there seems to be a consensus of like, we hate Iron Maiden, we hate Judas Priest, we hate maybe not Dio, but you sort of get the idea. We hate these sort of legacy mainstream metal bands that are cheesy. I think Manowar is almost one of those. They're definitely not as big, but I mean, these guys did have a career, being musicians, and they they were on Capitol Records with Aerosmith and Guns N' Roses, and they had like a fan club and everything. So they were sort of in the know, and they considered themselves and their fans to be very true, very serious. Even though they had a sense of humor about it. Um, I guess one thing you can say about Manowar is they have a pretty unique sound. The guys said that themselves. Um, yeah, there's bands that I think probably have taken influence from the Manowar sound. Probably Bathory, probably Greek black metal stuff. Honestly, um, and I think people with a real metal heart can appreciate this band and not just appreciate them because they're they're not just the cheesy band that a lot of people think they are. I after going back and listening to them all weekend, I have much more of an appreciation because I mean I've been listening to this band practically since I started listening to metal in a serious way when I was probably about 13 years old. Um, I just lost my train of thought. Forgot where I was going with this. Let me take a sip of coffee. Sip. Yeah. Where did I just leave off? I forget exactly where the fuck I was going with this.
You were listening to them since you got into metal seriously.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I after listening to them this weekend, I think that they have a lot more quality than people give them credit for. They they put in way more effort than most most power metal bands or speed metal bands or heavy metal bands. I think that that's something that can be appreciated is the effort that these guys put in. They may not be the most technical, they may not be the heaviest or the most extreme, but they are
The loudest for
true to
sure.
themselves. They are true to metal in general, and they, they put in the time and they put in they put in the quality of their music. And I do remember early on, me and my friend Julian, we loved Brothers of Metal. We thought that was like such a cool anthem. It sounds gay, like now, not the song, but the idea. But I don't know. There was something about the time where true metal kind of meant something for a lot of people, and I think that spirit is still sort of there. That's why I still like this band, and I still like sort of all the 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 genre as a whole is just because I think that's cool. I think metal is cool. Metal will it doesn't fucking change. It doesn't die. You know, there can be bad ideas, there can be great ideas, but I feel like the whole. I think we try to express that on the show is sort of dipping your toes into a bit of everything. Um, and funny enough, I think originally when I met Paul, that this is kind of how we bonded, was through Manowar. I think there was a moment that clicked the first time we hung out. Um, my friend was friends with Paul and his brother before we knew each other, and then one day we hung out and we came to my house and I had my computer on the desk and we were looking through my iTunes. The guys were scoping my iTunes, and Paul goes, Manowar. He looks at me. He like nods his head. He goes, nice. I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, Manowar. Yeah, we kind of I don't know. That was kind of like the beginning of eternity was
Got me,
the Manowar nod.
got me tearing up over here, bro. Just
Yeah,
kidding.
it's true. It is true. It is true.
Yeah, definitely one of the truest bands. Very early, just around like the YouTube era, where before school you're just watching music videos, and they come on, and when recommendations on YouTube were actually good, and
Big
that's
LimeWire band for me because I didn't have I didn't listen to their albums in full for the most part. I don't think.
yeah, they're always just a song band for me.
Yeah, me too. Me too. They're like Fred said in the group chat that a lot of this stuff was hit and miss. I actually think it's more of a hit. There's very few misses for me personally. Now that I've kind of went through most of this stuff.
Well,
And
there's like
weirdly enough, I've actually heard. I'm realizing now that I've heard most of their songs before.
yeah,
Like there's not a lot that I've missed.
there's like three sides to them. It's like this very like boogie woogie kind of rock and
Yep,
roll
yep, yep.
that you get that's like transforming into like power metal.
It's very like new wave sounding. And
Yeah.
they say that themselves. They appeal more to European fans because their influences are much
Yeah.
more European.
Hail to England. And they also have this very orchestral side that comes out way later. That's just bringing out way more of like the epicness and others would say cheesiness to it.
Yeah.
And then just this like really like there's points where a lot of the samples that I chose for here are like these really like exploding contrast parts. It like goes from like ballads into like a fucking epic scream into a solo to the chorus coming back twice as hard. It's like they just have this formula and they know themselves that they basically found their sound around I think it was like Kings of Metal, Triumph of Steel. They like found that like concrete Manowar sound and just kind of gave everyone what they wanted, which was just more of that. But yeah, this is a great band. And Fred, I'm very curious of what you think about it. Have you or think about them? Have you heard them before? Were you a fan of them then, or under this closer inspection is when you turned out not to be?
So, yeah, I've never actually really spent time with Manowar. And the simple reason is when I got into metal, I got into metal through black metal, and from there expanded to death and thrash, and more traditional heavy power metal was never really something I spent a ton of time with. Outside of some classics, I mean, I've spent time with Iron Maiden, spent time with obviously Black Sabbath, blah 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 blah. But Manowar was never a band that really, without having really heard them much, never really appealed to me. And that was just an initial impression I got, and I never really just followed up on it. So this episode has really been the only time I've ever actually given Manowar a real solid listen. And because we weren't focusing on a particular album, I just went and listened to a best of list on YouTube. For better or worse, I don't know if anyone would necessarily agree these are good or the best songs or not. And like Dan said, my immediate impressions were very hit or miss. Some of them are pretty cool, but some of them just felt like they lacked power. It might have been a production thing, might have been a songwriting thing, but some of them kind of felt like they just went around for too long and didn't really do anything, didn't really get anywhere particularly interesting.
You were listening to Manowar, right?
Yeah, it definitely was. And my initial impression, like very, very first, was like, okay, this is really not going anywhere. But as I listened to more of it, I found more tracks that I found more to my liking. So I wouldn't necessarily say I'm completely 100% bought in on Manowar. But I like them more than my initial impression was when I started listening to this this best of list. And the I didn't want to waste time with listening to some of the clips I thought would point out what I didn't really like. So the ones that I wound up picking are ones that I thought were pretty cool.
Fred, you got me tearing up on the other spectrum of this. I lost the metal brother. This is the litmus test. This is supposed to be the genre of Manowar. Is not just power metal, heavy metal. It's true metal, and I lost a brother today.
You know what? Dan said this was a safe space, and I'm feeling attacked.
Mm-mm.
You can feel attack, but you can feel attack, but you can't attack back. That's the thing.
I don't want to.
Okay, you can snivel then,
Yeah, gonna.
like the worm baby that you are. Says the worm daddy.
Let me add the worm unk.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. What I'm kind of wondering is if we had picked an album that I listened to front to back, if that would have given a better impression if we had picked one of the. I don't know what the better albums necessarily are. I remember. I think it was a track from Louder Than Hell that kind of caught me more immediately, but that might have been a production thing. It might have had just louder, more attention grabbing production as opposed to, because like what the tracks I heard from Battle Hymns, and I think it was not Into Glory Ride. It might have been Hail to England. Nope, wasn't Hail to England. Hang on. What was the one that I found really underwhelming? Fighting the World. That's the one. Nope, not that one. Jesus Christ. These are all the same. Kings of Metal. That's the one. I found the tracks that were playing from that
Your ass.
to be a little underwhelming in terms of just general sound. But at the same time, one of the favorite tracks of mine that I heard, Kingdom Come, was on there. So I don't know. I'm wondering if spending more time with them would make a difference.
Let us guide you, young brother, of the discography of Manowar. And when I first saw these guys just on the internet, YouTube, I was like, okay, I had I was compelled to enjoy these guys. Like there was just something about it before I even listened to it that I was like, okay, I need to like this. This is like the most like manliest metal as it can get. And it's coming from a time where there's bands like contemporaries like Accept and Scorpions that are like kind of moving into this sort of like out of rock, because those bands were I think they were getting albums out like in 77 or something, 79, and
Yes,
just moving
that's a good comparison. Those two bands, yeah.
Yeah, and like moving into metal, where these guys kind of just started as metal, but like the main guitar writer for, I believe, up to Kings of Metal, Ross the Boss, was like in a punk band, I guess, and he was like doing some crazy solos and shit in there, and the Dictators, and they had the main guy, who I think is the face of Manowar, is Joey, and his face actually kind of reminds me of Chris Moltisanti, if you could see that.
Well, yeah, they're from New York. They're from Auburn, New York, and if you watch any of their interviews, you can very much see that. Yeah, Joey in particular is very much a New Yorker. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
He's like this Viking mythical god, but he's a guy from New York.
Yeah, and the thing about like there's also the other band that's like a really big I guess right in my face comparison. When I was listening to like Battle Hymns again, it was just Kiss in general, and with just how like boogie rock that album is, and it's so good. And even later on into,
They kind of got the Kiss ego thing going on too.
well, even on Fighting the World, they had the same artists who did like Destroyer and Love Gun do the art there, and that's like I believe the next one from there, Kings of Metal, is when they started portraying like Fred said, kind of like the faceless guy.
Well, their mascot, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And
He has a name. I can't remember what it is though.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say it seems like it's like a faceless, because you're supposed to imagine yourself being there.
That's kind of the impression I got.
Because they're like a very much like in interviews that Joey says, they're like very appreciative of their fans and their just fan base, like you said, having more of a connection to like Europe. He says that like they understand true metal in America at the time is like barely starting to, and like
Maybe he doesn't have a name. It says here, the Faceless Warrior, also known as the King of Metal.
also known as the fans of Manowar.
You, also known as you. This
Yeah.
is you.
But it also kind of looks like the fucking Disturbed guy's face. So that's kind of bad.
Yeah. Not the best thing in the world, but not the worst.
No, but yeah. Let's get into some songs. I'm kind of curious of what Dan chose. I feel like we'll have some overlapping picks. I made sure not to have any with Fred. He picked some good ones, and like I was prefacing before, weird show. We're not gonna do full songs. We're only gonna do, like Dan said in our group chat, just good moments, great moments.
Yeah, just moments. We'll just go through some moments.
Yeah, so I have my list chronologically. I don't know if you guys have it in any certain way.
Mine
No.
is also chronologically, and my first sample is the Manowar theme song from the first album.
Okay.
What do you have?
I have Battle Hymn.
Okay, yeah, let's do the Manowar theme song first.
Fred, do you have any from Battle Hymn?
I don't know what mine are from.
Okay. Damn, because like there's like fucking Metal Days, that's fucking sick. Shell Shock, that's sick. Dark Avenger. And then I think there's a song on here, isn't it, with like Orson Welles doing like a voiceover?
Yeah, that's Dark Avenger.
Yeah.
Does this do anything?
But yeah, like the Metal Days, like the lyrics on there are like so fucking good. What's it called? So Mr. DJ played just one for me. You know, the one with the crashing and the screams, because the only one thing that really sets me free is heavy metal as loud as it can be. Come on.
That one was kind of a boogie woogie song, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one of the modes. I think I picked this sample, which is from the song Manowar.
And I was gonna say a lot of their themes, like even the name of the band I'll get into after. A lot of the themes are just like battles in general, and also just like mythology. I think it's more of like Norse mythology. They'll get into shit with like Thor and Odin later on, and then like here they have songs about like fucking like Vietnam with like Shell Shock and Death Tone too. And I mean, just right from the cover, I mean, this fucking eagle has a six-pack, bro. Like,
Yeah, I guess it does. I don't know that I ever noticed that before.
it's like, what the, like, how you not hooked onto the shit, and then you listen to it, you're like, fuck. And they have such a great logo. I can't believe I don't have a shirt up to this point. I need to order one, because
Perry Caravello has a Manowar shirt.
there you go.
I think it was Kings of Metal.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I would want to get a Battle Hymns or even what's it called, Fight in the World. Those would be sick shirts. But yeah, let's get into the theme song Manowar, and you'll give us the little timestamps, and then we'll go from there.
Mm-hmm.
We called the high command.
All right, we're back from the minute sample from Manowar from the beginning to about a minute in. I mean, what's not to like about that shit? Like, just the melodies of the choruses and verses from I think it's Eric, his name. Yeah, Eric Adams.
Eric Adams. That's
Yeah.
not his real name, but
Yeah, he like it's just so catchy and like just it's the music lays such a great foundation for him to just be singing over. Um, like ooh, man of war. It's
Born to live forevermore.
and I think Joey was saying that the name is just kind of like it's very wholesome. It says like every person has a battle that they're going through, inner war or whatever, and that's just sort of kind of what the name means. It's the 80s, guys. Come on. So
Yeah.
yeah, and these guys, like I forget what song it is, but there's a lyric, and it's so true. It says, "Other bands play, and Manowar kills."
Manowar kills.
Like-
True metal people want to rock, not pose.
Yeah.
Wearing denim and leather, not crackerjack clothes. That's I think it's Kings of Metal, no? Yeah, it's Kings of Metal.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah. Why did you pick this song in particular? You just wanted a good intro to the band.
I picked well, when I was listening to this album, I felt like up until this point it was all boogie woogie stuff,
Yeah.
which is fine in certain regards, because I like, like new wave British heavy metal, old school.
It kind of like
hard
reminded
rock,
me of
things like
like
that.
AOR shit too.
Yeah. It's like it's rock music
Yeah.
up until this song, and this is where I think the Manowar sound is sort of born, as far as the listener knows. Yeah, they kind of they talk about getting ready, and they're called to action, and they did this for like 30 something years after this.
Well, it's funny because
Kind
like
of nonstop.
the lyrics right at the beginning is like so anecdotal. We met on English ground in the backstage room. We heard the sound, and we knew what we had to do. And apparently, Joey and Ross were like roadies or something for Black Sabbath. So they were like on a tour over in like England, and then they met. And while Black Sabbath was on stage, they would just be in like the green room just like jamming together, and then that's how they came up with Manowar. So it's like they're just like writing their their story here.
Yeah, I mean, and it really is a unique sound. I feel like a lot of people would probably not see it that way and see it as maybe this is like generic heavy metal. I mean, it definitely is heavy metal, but Joey always kind of has counterpoint, and like really heavy counterpoint, with that bass, adding different melodies in there.
Oh yeah, the
And it
bass
just
is
makes it
really
so much
present.
heavier. Yeah, always. Yeah, Fred kind of said that when he got into metal, it was because of the extreme stuff. I feel like a lot of people sort of get into it for that reason. I don't know if it's because I was into like more standard rock and metal before I got into extreme stuff. Like, I've talked before. Like my first favorite bands were like Motley Crue and Sabbath and Alice Cooper and whatever else. I can't even think right now. Yeah, whatever kind of like mainstream rock and stuff. But and I think it was probably something like Metallica and Slayer, where I met a couple guys in school, and I don't know, at some point we just figured out like we like music and we are quote unquote metal heads. And so I think that was the idea of true metal was much more important to me than what's the most extreme, like how far can we take this. It was more what is real and why is it real, and why, what makes it, what kind of makes you like a true metal person. I know that's not like that important nowadays, but it meant something to me when I was like a young teenager, and I think in that sense, a lot of this stuff that people would consider cheesy, like anthemic power metal, like this, and like whatever other European power metal there is. I don't know. It kind of sticks, and that idea is still there, kind of on a lower level. I feel like people nowadays sort of see themselves as above it all, and I don't know. I feel like that spirit should sort of still be there somewhere. Maybe just an inkling of it. And so I hearing Manowar kind of brings back a lot of feelings of like, this is a band that matters. And I just remember this song being kind of just being really cool. And I feel like, yeah, this is, as far as right now, this is my favorite part of Manowar, when they kind of go off into like what I would consider their heaviest, and what I would consider like their best lyrically too.
Yeah.
'Cause I've noticed that too. Like their lyrics are really actually creative and really kind of clever and unique.
Yeah. Fred, what'd you think of this song?
So,
Or this snippet?
yeah, from a instrumental standpoint, and this also probably ties back to how I was introduced to this style of metal too, because although I said I kind of got in through black metal, I did explore. Like, I don't know if you guys remember the Identity compilation CDs from Century Media and things like that. I went through those quite a bit just to find my footing in terms of what I actually liked. And when it came to, I guess, what I'm going to use the term loosely, power metal,
Right.
I was introduced to that more through Iced Earth and Blind Guardian. And the voices in, like, Matt Barlow and Hansi they're very, very loud, strong voices. And this song, although instrumentally I do dig it, and it sounds better than I remember other tracks from this album sounding. So I wonder if I listen to like on my shitty computer speakers affected it rather than using the headset. But I wish the vocals on this track had a bit more power to them. That's kind of where it lacks a bit for me. But
But he said every shore. Every shore.
he did. But again, when I listen to this and I compare to those bands I mentioned earlier, and even other, like King Diamond or even Halford, there's more power behind the voice. This one, at this point, feels a bit weak. And some of the other tracks we'll listen to, that's not the case anymore. But I don't think the vocals had a very good footing on this one as much.
How dare you?
Oh, I dare. Oh, I dare.
All right. What's next year?
We're gonna go into battle hymns. It's gonna be sort of towards the third way into the song for about a minute. So we'll be right back. So what were you saying about those vocals, Fred?
Yeah, this is better.
Yeah, like before he was just kind of doing like like towards the third lines of that stanza that we heard. He was kind of doing that more through the verses, and then after the solo into the chorus of kill 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 kill, it just goes into this higher register vocal. Just takes it to this like complete climax, and it's just like
Still brave beyond the grave.
yeah, and it's just so great. Like you can hear some very like tripleted riffing behind the solo. It's not distorted as heavy as they would be, and it's not definitely not as loud as they would be, because I think that this band at the time was clocked in at being the loudest band in the world at 129 decibels, which is 1 or 0.5 shy of I think it's just like damaging your hearing.
They managed 139 actually,
Oh,
and that is
39.
enough to damage your hearing. Yeah,
Oh damn! I thought it was 29.
yeah. Homeboy did his homework.
But yeah, Fred, this one tickles you a little bit better.
Yeah, this one is definitely better for me. The vocals don't sound as tentative. He really like goes for it all the way on this one, and I like that. The backing vocals are fantastic too. Dan, I think, touched on. Yeah,
It's like barely scratching the surface of like how orchestral and epic they'll become.
yeah. Dan touched on this a bit, but this you can see where Bathory would have taken a lot from this on things like Hammerheart and Nordland and et cetera, et cetera.
Hey, that's one of your faves, huh?
Yeah, it is.
This song was kind of surprising to me, because I when I used to listen to this originally, I always played the live version, from a bit later, from like 2002 or something, and then when I heard that when I realized what it was from 1982, it surprised me how like kind of modern this is. It's I don't know that there were a lot of metal bands in 1982 doing things with this like scope of epicness. It's really cool.
That's what I'm saying. Like with the bands
It's definitely ahead of its time.
that have me thinking like other ones come like almost like 20 years later, like Hammerfall and I think Virgin Steel was a little later in the 80s, but they were kind of around that scope. Oh no, they started at the same time, 82. They dropped the first album, but
I don't recall them being like epic like this. So this is kind of like
no, they were more like balladly epic versus
Oh,
like
yeah.
this
Yeah.
Manowar just being more like, I don't know, lack of a better word, like I don't know, like muscularly epic.
Well, this song is like definitely a repeatable one. There's a lot that you kind of once you hear it, you kind of want to play it again.
Oh yeah, it has like such a great groove to it. Just the main riff, and if we were to listen to the whole song, the vocals
Lyrics
on
are
the
great,
verses are they're amazing.
It I don't know. It makes you want to fight in a war in medieval times. That's kind of what's going on here.
It makes you want to kick the cane out from under an old person, definitely.
Yeah, I'll
that it's
I'll
about
LARP to
7
this.
minutes too. Yeah, I'll LARP to this exactly. This is LARPing music, but in a way that makes you want to drink beer in the garage and kind of you can sit back and pretend that you're riding into battle.
Yeah.
Pretend that you're LARPing.
Yeah.
Exactly. Don't LARP. Just kind of imagine you're doing it. That's a little bit better right now.
Well, what's our next sample? That's all I got for this album.
I want to do one more off this album because it's another good moment. Off Dark Avenger.
Okay.
That sort of shows it shows probably one of the more brutal.
Yeah, darker side of it.
Aspects.
That this is
Yeah,
definitely
the
one of the
darker
darker songs in their
We're-
discography.
we're kind of focusing a little bit more on lyrics this time. I'm learning because we'll see what happens with instrument stuff. But the lyrics are kind of, in a way, just as important as everything else. So
No, yeah,
maybe
that
that's not so much as a problem.
I think in all power metal, it's definitely a focal point, and I think people kind of consider that to be the main focus in the genre. Like, sure, there's bands that are great instrumentally, but with the weak vocalists, it's gonna be pale in comparison to like Blind Guardian or bands like that. But
I think that's where some of the problem is for him when he doesn't really go for it, because it has that earlier production that isn't as full as some of those bands. It feels like it lacks power. When he goes for it, it works, but when he doesn't, it's like this isn't as strong as it could be.
yeah,
Also, I think the moment that we're going to listen to, I think it's one of the only times that Manowar sort of does that adventure rock beat. So it's a driving kind of sound, and the lyrics that go along to it, it just works so well. So yeah, let's go to Dark Avenger, and we will be right back.
And wives, in blood I take my payment, in full with their lives. No one can escape me, on black death I ride. When kissed by the sword of vengeance, your head lays there by your side. I take the lives of all that I once knew. The torn flesh of a slow death waits for you.
alright, we're back, and yeah, that is really driving, especially with the lyrical content going on. It's very like you're fucking riding a horse or something.
Damn, that particular moment is maybe my favorite Manowar moment. It's so different than where they would go later, and I think probably the most unique that they've ever done.
Yeah,
This one is exceptionally metal.
yeah, it's when they're very like far and few between where they like actually speed up. They're very much like a money beat type band, but when they do have these sped up moments, and I'll share some more later on, it's definitely a highlight because it's like a good release climax to the songs, because it's all kind of just building up to moments like this.
One to me has more of an evil feel to it. Even with the guitar playing, it sounds more like Merciful Fate. And even like the way the lyrics are composed there, with some of those like gang shout parts, raping the daughters and wives. That's awesome. That's so awesome.
Yeah, Fred, is this dark enough for you?
So when Dan brought up Merciful Fate or King Diamond, whichever, that kind of like clicked with me. Like, oh yeah, I hear that, and that. This one, I think, of the clips we listened to so far, this one's in the middle. Not as good as the one with all the backing vocals in it from Battle. Was it Battle Hymn? But better than the first one.
There you go.
And it's contemporary with Merciful Fate, so I
Yeah.
think they were just sort of on the same wavelength of maybe not necessarily darkness, but just I
Musically.
think Manowar saw this as like badass rather than like this is evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they definitely weren't going for an evil approach, but it
That whole moment to me sounded extraordinarily evil, though. He's sort of talking to you, in the perspective of this like undead warrior who's fucking killing everybody, which is evil.
yeah, it kind of has and I mean, it's probably stating the obvious, but it has a very Conan the Barbarian kind of vibe.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
Yeah.
let's keep the ball rolling. Did you guys pick any samples from the next album?
I
I don't know.
didn't. No,
I did.
I didn't. Okay.
All right. Well, this is where it all started for me. Gloves of Metal. It had the music video,
Yeah.
and it got my attention. And
This is it, boys.
this is one of the only albums that actually has the guys on there. They're not drawn. There's not you on the cover. It's the boys. And
Weirdly enough, this was actually my latest Manowar discovery. When I initially listened to this band, I never knew this album. I didn't know Gloves of Metal. I'd never heard it. I only heard Gloves of Metal, honestly, probably in the last 10 years, which is late. And once once I saw it, I saw the video. I'm like, what the hell album is this from? I'm like, early Manowar. I'm like, wow, this song is awesome. So this is for the past 10 years since I discovered this as like the latest thing. It's been in my it's been like one of my favorites since I discovered it. And honestly, I had never heard the album until this weekend, like fully. It's really good. The whole album is actually like one of their better ones.
yeah, it's a good follow up to Battle
totally.
Hymns. I just
Yeah, we'll go to the music video, I guess, right?
yeah, we'll see if that lines up. But this song, it's one that got me to even just check out this band. So it's really, really good. And then we're just gonna go into about a minute and a half in till the 350 mark, and we'll be right back.
Metal, so loud it cracks the beams, laid by warriors of the metal kings. A hero's welcome for those who heed the call. We are together, we are all with hands high, fist fill the air. Against the world we stand. Hands high, forever we'll be there. Gloves of metal rule tonight. A hero's welcome for those who heed the call. We are together, we are all with hands high, fist fill the air. Against the world we stand. Hands high, forever we'll be there. Gloves of metal rule tonight. Leather, metal, spikes and chains.
All
So
right.
the babes in the crowd.
Yeah, we just came back from probably the best Manowar song.
It probably is the best Manowar song.
It's just so
It's-
distinctly them. Like you said, it's like slower pace, mid pace, but not boogie woogie. It's like distinctly like true metal.
It's like Holy Diver heavy.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's kind of got the same feel to it, even with the music video. It's kind of got the same vibe going on.
Yeah, and I
The
love
Conan the Barbarian thing.
I
Like
l-
Fred said, it's got that.
I love the fucking bass on this shit with the slide up. And then during the solo, he's like doing these single note chords, like I guess they're bar chords, right? It's like doo 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 doo. Dude, it's
I
like,
don't know that those are bar chords. I think they're actually just power chords.
oh, okay,
Like
and
he's
he's
playing what the
just
guitar's playing.
okay, and he's just picking them, like each string individually.
Either that, sometimes he strums them like a guitar. You
Yeah.
get the big wah, you know.
But yeah, then just the vocals over this shit is just so powerful. It's such a
I think the song has the most atmosphere that Manowar's ever had. It's like the what they've captured on this song is really unique, even for them. It's great.
Ross the boss, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Joey was actually writing a lot of this music too, so that's pretty. I don't know.
Yeah, and then just like every sample, there's like sort of a theme with mine. It's just like the best moments I feel like uh, are the guitar solos, the vocals, the choruses into the verses, and you kind of just heard it here. It's like they didn't have to play fast to be like so commanding and driving and powerful. Like they just kept to this like old like classic rock fucking money beat over these just powerful chords and just kind of commanding your attention. It's such a fucking fantastic song, and warrants being their first music video.
Warrior
It's
stuff
it's solid.
seems to have stood the test of time in a lot of ways, I think. Because I really kind of don't get tired of metal bands doing this. I mean, even when it is cheesy, if they do it right, there's not a lot of bands that do this wrong. I don't think like the warrior battle lust kind of metal. I think it's a great route to go, no matter what.
Yeah, it's like metal itself, you know. That's like
Yeah, it's barbaric. It's like barbaric. It's emotional. Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's like pure in a lot of ways. It's like the most carnal thing that there is. It's just like war, battle,
yeah.
killing, blood.
Fred, what do you think of this one?
I think Dan, again, bringing up that Manowar are kind of slow and deliberate at this stage is kind of what threw me off when I was listening to their earlier stuff. I was expecting more galloping, driving sort of stuff. And this is really just mostly a problem with my expectations versus what it actually is. So
They
I'm
sort
not
of don't
necessarily
fit
saying it's...
in as a power metal band in that sense, because like what you would expect for power metal to sound like, Manowar doesn't sound like.
They're like
that.
so anthemic from the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not saying I like it or dislike it necessarily so much as it wasn't what I was expecting, and I kept trying to find what I was expecting and not getting it. So that's kind of an interesting aspect of it for me. You can really tell his vocals are a lot stronger on this one, even on the more confident parts of the last album. I find he sounds way more confident here. So from that perspective, the vocals for me are a lot more enjoyable on this track and likely in general on this album than they were on the first album.
Dan, do you think that this is like such a conscious effort to be the like antithesis of contemporary bands of like Wasp and Twisted Sister, like this kind of glam metal shit where it's more like drag sort of stuff going on, and then these guys are kind of just glorifying like masculinity?
Yes, I do. Yes, I saw an interview recently, and Joey is talking. This is like from '88, maybe, but Joey is talking about false metal bands, and he doesn't give any names, but from my understanding, he is talking about glam, and basically what he says is like these bands. I don't know if what exactly he was talking about. But from what I see Manowar's doing, and like the fact that they understand that they are so serious that it's funny, like he says that too. I think they are doing it on purpose. They're on purpose being, yeah, being the antithesis of that, being true, and it feels very. I think it's very intentional.
Yeah, death to false metal, man.
True.
And
That.
yeah, cause like a contemporary band that I really really love is well, at least like the first album from Wasp, and maybe even the second album, but like these guys play really really like faster kind of Motorheadish speed, and then these guys are deliberately just playing so fucking slow. It's just awesome. And like Fred said, not what you'd expect. Like for them to just be, like just not like an unmovable force with tempo, you know. But you guys said you didn't have any songs from this album, right? What's your next sample, Dan?
It's the song "Animal" from Sign of the Hammer. It's a song about fucking,
Okay.
and it speeds up a little bit, so we're kind of moving forward here.
Okay. I was gonna say. Let's see.
Right.
No, yeah. I didn't have any particular songs from Hail to England because this album wasn't written for us. It was written for the Europeans. So
Right.
there's still some very good songs on here, but nothing was like really, outstanding like these other moments. So my next
I think
sample
we've done a
was
good job. We've done a good job so far at picking things that are all different. In a
Yeah.
sense, like all the different modes that Manowar has. This is just another one. This is where things start to speed up, and this is a new lyrical theme. This is a song about fucking.
awesome. All right, we'll be right back.
Hear the call of the wild in us all. It waits for the night to fall. I'm getting hot. I'm ready for the night. No holding back. Let's go. I'm gonna give all you can take all night. Leave you in the morning feeling right.
All right, we're back from Animals.
That was something.
Yeah, Dan was saying Kiss. I think Wasp did it better. But still a great song. It was just very,
Yeah.
very grooving and just up tempo.
Yeah, I'm not feeling this
think
one.
Fred wasn't feeling this one. This one's a little bit more hard rock oriented. This one's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
sort of their boogie woogie style, but in a way that is hidden enough from blues that I dig it, and it's, I don't know. I like the lyrics. I like the chorus. I kind of just like the song. I think it's a cool, almost a hit, even though that's sort of the way they wrote. Yeah, this one does feel a bit different. It's more like Fred said, glam. It's probably the most glam song that they have. I don't. It always stood out to me that way, as sort
Yeah.
of just this upbeat kind of thing. You could dance to this song.
Yeah.
It felt,
Heavy
it
lifting,
felt
heavy
very.
lifting done by the bass too. Kind of the bass sort of.
Oh yeah, that shit
Sort of
was.
that's where the riffing comes from on this song. It's mainly the bass.
Yeah, he can. It's like he's almost slapping it and shit. But yeah, it's like really accentuated during the opening riffing, and then even right at the end, it like did some real heavy fucking shit. right, right in the middle of the chorus.
Yeah, you get more of that like strumming. Brown.
Yeah, that was a good pick. That one didn't really stand out to me too much.
Yeah, I don't think this song stands out to many people. I like it.
But
There were other ones on this album that I could have done, but I feel like they're modes that we've already kind of touched on.
and we're gonna go back because I picked Thor, the Powerhead.
That's a good one. That one's very Bathory.
Yeah, I think Fred we'll reel them back in, boys.
Yeah, this is a good one.
We're gonna go about 2 minutes in to around 3:30, so we'll be right back.
For a sign. Together in the end.
All right, boys, let's come down from Valhalla for a second. That was epic.
That was better.
I love how doomy that song is, and then just like an abrupt, stupid speed up. But man,
Yeah.
it sounds so primitive. And this is really early too, isn't it? Isn't this album from like '84?
Yeah, this is a pretty early one too. I think it's their
Yeah,
fourth
this-
album.
This early '80s, like almost doomy type, because this is almost like a doomy song, like in a Bathory type of way. But man, it's really impressive.
Yeah, 'cause
some
I-
of the ideas coming through here.
Cause like during the verse, it's like they do a money beat for like half a count. It's like do that, and then they'll go into this really epic choir vocal part with the toms going do do do, and then they'll just come back to the money beat, and then that's like the whole beat throughout that verse. It's just so great. And then yeah, like you said, it just goes into an epic yell, pause, solo with the fucking thrash beat under it. Yeah, with the note choices in the back, just like being strummed really quickly, and like the time in between notes is a lot quicker than you'd expect too, because you would expect more power metal to just hang on like a note for a whole bar, but they're kind of going in between three or like 4 or 5 of them within a bar. It's really really good stuff, and then to come back to the epic choir vocals at the end, yeah, just super epic. And I believe that's when they started bringing in more of this Norse mythology, along with the album title and imagery. I was gonna say, if I were to ever see Manowar live, I would probably get this tattoo after.
I think Aldo might have this tattoo.
Oh no, never mind.
Oh no!
I'll get it. I'll get it backwards.
Yeah, Fred, did this not sound like fucking One Road to Ace of Bay? Oh, it's almost spot on.
Yeah, it'd be crazy to say that Bathory didn't listen to Manowar.
No, they're an epic metal band, just like Manowar. It's like that song I sent you guys earlier, "Broken Sword." I feel like that's a very Manowar influenced song, like one of their influenced by their speed metal stuff rather than the slow stuff, where you would usually hear it. It's like Bathory's power metal song.
Yeah, because this predates a lot of that Viking stuff by like 4 years, right?
Well, this comes out the same year as the OG Bathory album, but that's when Bathory was still kind of sounding like Motorhead.
Yeah, because the
Yeah.
Viking stuff was 88.
Yeah, exactly.
Blood, Fire, Death, and then
I wouldn't even honestly. I wouldn't call Blood, Fire, Death Viking metal. I would say Hammerheart is.
yeah.
I think Bloodfire Death was bookended by Viking metal, with Black Thrash in the middle.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. Because when I think Blood, Fire, Death, I think of the most ferocious songs that Bathory ever had, in my opinion. The Viking stuff kind of it gets a little bit. It takes a backseat for me on that album because those, like the Golden Walls of Heaven and Holocaust, kind of, I don't know, they outshine it for me on that one. Where Hammerheart is sort of like the official shift into something different, like the vocals change. It's like a totally different. It's almost like a different band at that point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could tell the transition was coming, right? Like even on fucking Under the Sign, you could hear that on some of the tracks, like Enter the Eternal Fire, that was gonna go in that direction to some degree. It didn't make it super obvious yet, but then we listened to Blood, Fire, Death, you see where it was going. And then when they took those bookend tracks onto Hammerheart, it kind of just expanded that sound all the way. It made sense at that point. But the way this this track does actually show the basically exactly what Bathory was thinking. That's kind of cool.
You're
It is
welcome,
very
Freddie.
Yeah, why don't we get a sample from Fred here? Wheels of Fire, right?
Sure, yeah, Will's Fire.
Okay.
That was
This
hang on.
is
I think the time frame I had for this.
what was
I
it called?
think that's still Ross the Boss, no? On
Yeah, he's on Kings of Metal. That's his
Okay.
last album.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
1988.
This is gonna jump ahead album before my last sample to that point, but let's go ahead and do it anyway. Don't matter. Let's just hear what Freddie likes.
Yeah.
Because you
What,
listened to the greatest hits, and this was kind of one that stuck with you, right?
Yes. This
Okay.
one was one
This
that
is
I'd be
always
like,
one of my
this.
favorites, too.
Yeah, this is a good opener. All right, so
I
we're
love
gonna
the vocal barrage.
listen to Wheels of Fire from Kings of Metal. This is from '88, so this is when we were just talking about Bathory going more leaning into that direction, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back, and Freddie, I see you. You like the fast. You like the vocal barrage.
I do. This one stuck out to me because it felt like it lurched back and forth between basically Bathory-styled thrashy riffing to like fucking Blind Guardian.
Yeah, that's what
yeah.
I was thinking immediately.
And I mean, obviously, it's probably the other way around. But Blind Guardian reminds me of Manowar. But this, at the end of the day, like I heard Blind Guardian first, so for me, it's that way around. But yeah, it's a really cool juxtaposition of that almost folkier type sound, along with the thrashier riff that it kind of kicks into, and that's this is one of the ones I really enjoyed. This is a great song.
Yeah, great pick. It's really
And the
because
vocals are fantastic. He just like, again, he's really giving it all. He's going all out on this, and it translates well. It works.
yeah, they really pick up the intensity on this album in particular. But what do you think of this, Dan?
Yeah, this is probably the first sample that we've had where they've gone this fast continuously. Love when Manowar goes this fast because they don't do it too often, and they're not like technically proficient at it, especially in 1988. It's very primitive sounding, but at the same time, it's very like, again, how I've described since we went over the first album. It's very like ahead of its time. It feels like it's kind of like predicting what power metal is supposed to be, even though it's not really trying to be anything but Manowar. It feels weird. It feels like this probably could have came out in like 2000 or something like that. Like it doesn't feel. It feels cheesy, but not in an 80s way. It's kind of strange. It feels like it's too advanced to be from 1988.
Yeah, and like I was, what's it called? Mentioning with the drumming too, like you said, they weren't very like technically proficient. Like he's just going fucking caveman on the during that solo on the hi hat. It's like normally you would hear like a band doing the double time on there to kind of keep the intensity up, but it's like now we're just gonna fucking pound away at it.
Mm-hmm.
So
what Dan's saying with this
touch.
being more ahead of its time makes sense to me, because the Blind Guardian I kept hearing on this was like Nightfall, Middle Earth era sort of thing, and that's late 90s. So him saying it sounds like something out of 2000s. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. And
this is the final album with this drummer, by the way, since we're talking about drums.
oh yeah,
He
I
wasn't
think
on Battle Hymns, but he was on the rest of them.
yeah, he like
Somebody
they
else
like
replaces him after this.
yeah, they had a bunch of lineup changes throughout the years, especially with the drums. But to take it back, you'll kind of see where the speed comes from with my sample. It's going to be Black Wind, Fire, and Steel from
Classic.
Fighting the World. And then that one's, they really take it up a notch with speed here too. So we'll be right back. All right, we're back.
Yeah,
Not quite as speedy as the next album, but it's definitely getting there. And the extremity of the vocals definitely takes it over the top.
Yeah.
Awesome guitar noise into the solo. And Dan, you're mentioning something about the bass right now.
Yeah, did you hear it? Like the guitar is just chorded and the bass going. It's tremolo. It's like.
Yeah.
I think this might be their most anthemic album. This one feels a lot different than their other ones. Like this one kind of stands out. We probably won't sample it, but like the song "Carry On," I really like that one too.
Yeah, that's a good one. Very more upbeat, positive.
Yeah, yeah.
But
This one's weird too. Like the chorus of this is strange. Black wind, fire, and steel.
yeah. And I'm
Very
like,
cool.
vampire.
When I think of Manowar, this is basically what I think of hearing.
Yeah,
This is
So, I
probably
mean,
their most
with-
popular song, right?
it's definitely up there.
So I mean, like you can, and I guess it kind of makes sense because this is, with this being what I expected. Hearing the early albums, I'm like, what's this? This is not what I was signing up for.
They got to get there, Freddie. They got to get there.
Yeah, they took their sweet time.
Yeah, four albums in. But they're pushing these out like really quick. I think the biggest gap they had up to this point was from Sign of the Hammer to Fighting the World. They did Hail to England and Sign of the Hammer within the same year. Like they're just pushing music out crazy. But let's get into let's just get into the next sample. And this is also from Kings of Metal for me, and it's gonna be probably just like a staple Manowar song. Like I could not for the life of me pick a certain spot in the song that I wanted to do. So sorry guys, it's gonna be the full one. So
Damn it, Paul.
it's gonna be Hail and Kill.
Dude, I sampled "Hail and Kill" as well.
Okay, we'll consider it a double sample.
Yeah,
So we'll do the
Yeah,
whole song of this one. It's just
yeah,
too
super
good.
one.
It's just too fucking good. So all right, we'll be right back.
Brothers, I am calling from the valley of the kings with nothing to atone. A dark march lies ahead. Together we will ride like thunder from the sky. May your sword stay wet
All right, we're back from my favorite Manowar song, "Hail and Kill."
It's a good one. I forgot how good that is.
Yeah, just like from top to bottom, it has all three of like the fastest besides, the boogie woogie stuff because they kind of grown out of that or evolved from that. They have the very quiet Jables like vocals at the beginning with some very funny lyrics. May your sword stay wet like a young girl in her prime. Hold your hammers high.
Yeah.
And then goes into these screamy vocals that we got to the bottom of it. Sounds kind of like fucking Holy Terror.
Holy Terror, yeah.
Yeah, and just such an amazing chorus. I love the little guitar like lead section riff that's going on in between the vocal lines. Hail, hail, hail and kill. Yeah, so good. And
we haven't heard a riff like that from them. This is probably their most riffy song.
very, very melodic. Yeah, and even during
it's
the
probably the most melodic too, weirdly enough.
Yeah, and during the solo, you're mentioning the chords kind of just going in this like descending order and just being played in like the notes switching between them in like such a interesting fashion that
yeah, Eric sort of he lines up his lyrics with those where it's like do 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 do.
Yeah.
That thing.
Yeah, it's so good. And then there's the fucking chorus where it's just everyone yelling. And I told the boys, I was like, all right, you have to imagine yourself with like at least 100,000 fucking Europeans,
Warriors.
European warriors at a Manowar concert, just yelling that. Like, God, that must be an experience. Yeah, and yeah, headbanging, crying. You gotta shake those tears out somehow.
Make their women as they cry.
Yeah, I mean, does it get any better than this? I don't think so.
I love Eric Adams in his evilish mode.
Yeah,
when he's being very graphic about his violence. I love that.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not gonna yell that one. I'm just gonna let you hear that, clean sing that. But do you guys have anything to say about that, Fred? You like that one?
I do. I wish the vocals were a bit stronger in the chorus. I think that would have given it a bit more oomph, but great riffs. Backing vocals are awesome. Good song. It's no Wheels of Fire, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, for sure. It's going on something different. Who has the next sample?
Let's see. From here, I actually want to skip like some albums and go. Mine is from an EP from 2002. If you have something else, Paul, that's before that, you can go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I got.
I'm sort of moving towards the end of Manowar for me.
Okay, well, I got one from Triumph of Steel. I got one from Louder Than Hell, and then I got one from I think it's Warriors of the World. So we'll go with those. And Fred, what do you got?
I've got Kingdom Come and Return of the Warlord.
Okay.
I don't know
Where does that leave us chronologically?
It looks like I'll be going next, and then I believe Fred would be going from Louder Than Hell.
Yeah, it looks like I'll be going last because I have two of the
later ones. Yeah, I figured that you would be covering those ones since I haven't made it that far into Manowar. I was just more of like early to like right up to the 2000s. But all right. So I believe Fred has the next sample. So you have Return of the Warlord, right?
Yep.
Off of Louder Than Hell.
Oh,
you know what? Sorry. I have it from Triumph of Steel, and it's gonna be Metal Warriors. That's us.
This one where he says, "Metal Warriors will hear the call."
He's singing about us, guys.
All right.
So we'll be right back.
Every one of us has heard the call. Brothers of true metal, proud and standing tall. please. Got to make it louder, or me play on 10. If you're not into metal, you are not my friend. Heavy metal, or no metal at all. Witch and posers, lead the hall. Heavy metal, or no metal at all. Witch and posers, I said lead the hall.
All right. Well, I just wanted to get into the good old cheese. I love a little cheese, and I feel like Manowar is the only band that can get away about talking about metal in this sort of way. Brothers of
Yeah.
Metal, proud and standing tall.
Yeah.
If you're not into metal, you're not my friend.
It's kind of true.
Yeah,
Such a stupid line, but I love it.
yeah.
It's kind of real.
This is, they don't have Rasta Boss anymore. They're appealing more to the fans, and I think they made it onto Atlantic Records on this one, so they got a bigger push. You can hear a little bit of production being beefier, the bass going on a little heavier and louder
Yeah.
for sure. Like this,
It does sound great.
This is where they turn up the production and are catering more to their concerts. And I think it's a great sound, and I don't care how cheesy it is. You guys all like quesadillas. I mean, come on. So that's my pick here.
It's not. It's not that it's cheesy. It's like, well, is he wrong? Is he
No,
wrong about any of this
he's
stuff?
not wrong, and like just him speaking in between these like cymbal hits and chords. It's like he's speaking to me, bro.
Every one of us.
Yeah, he's speaking to everyone that's listening. That's metal.
It's personal.
Yeah.
People still use that lyric. Wimps and posers leave the hall.
There you go. Well, it's gonna be a Freddy sample here.
What?
Return of the Warlord. So it's gonna be starting off louder than hell, and I guess that was after they broke the record, right?
I think so. Yeah.
And this is '96, so they're coming. This is almost
It's coming in hot.
yeah, they're coming in on almost 20 years, I think, in another 4 or so. They've been going at it for a minute, and we're gonna hear where they're at after this. So we'll be right back. Fred, why do you like that one? I didn't expect that.
Just the galloping nature of it, the over the top lyrics, it kind of exemplifies what I want to hear in Manowar. It might not be the most original song, and it might not be the most bombastic of all their stuff, but it keeps going and it keeps you engaged, and that's what I like about it.
The song is their most real about them.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, they're not riding real horses. They're riding horses
Riding
of
horses
steel.
made of steel, yeah. No one controls their goddamn lives.
On a steel horse I ride.
You losers better learn.
Yeah, they don't mince words in this one.
Yeah, this one's much more modern sounding too. But
Yeah, it is.
it's weird. It's almost like taking a step back where it's like, okay, these guys were like in a godly state, and then they go back to this mode where it's like, okay, motorcycles and hard rock and rock and roll.
But that's just the first song. The next song that I picked was I had to do it to them. Brothers of Metal Part 1.
Nice.
And they get back to the epicness, so
They do.
we'll be right back.
With power and skill, fighting for metal, metal that's real. Brothers of metal will always be there, standing together with hands in the air.
All right, we're back. I just wanted to hear the chorus with my bros.
Hell yeah.
Cause,
We kind of had to. Glad we did.
yeah, I mean, the lyrics there are great. They're obviously cheesy, but like
again, did he say anything that was
yeah,
actually incorrect?
yeah, like what Dan says, it's real.
I like that
I'm
they're.
afraid so.
I like that he's not singing about metal. He's singing about metal.
Oh yeah, he says, "Brothers of metal, we are fighting with power and steel, fighting for metal that's real.
Yeah.
Brothers of metal will always be there, standing together with hands in the air." Come on.
It's true. We'll always be there. And you chumps better be there with us.
Yeah, pigs.
Don't fuck it up.
Pigs of metal.
I like how the most of that song is going. Dunk, 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 dunk,
Yeah,
dunk,
even the
dunk,
kick.
dunk, 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 dunk.
I mean, what else do you need to do, man?
That's it.
He had to have had a song like this called "Brothers of Metal." It's like, what else do you want? Sisters of Metal?
I mean, eventually, maybe.
Metal Sis Michelle Scooby Doo uploaded the
Michelle
video, so
Scooby-Doo.
thank you for that. Thanks, sis.
Shoot me a message sometime.
All right, I think it's gonna be Dan's turn, right? You had an EP.
Yeah, we're sort of approaching the end of Manowar for me, and probably for all of us.
Is it Dawn of the Battle?
It is Dawn of Battle, yeah. Possibly the heaviest Manowar song ever.
Okay.
It was off a 2-song EP. So
Wait,
we'll
Fred,
check
what
this
was
out. This is what's that?
Fred? What was your last track called?
It is. Shit, hang on. Kingdom Come.
Let's see where that comes. That's on Kings of Metal too.
Ooh.
Oh, so we
Okay,
missed
so we're
it.
gonna do Dawn of Battle and then go back.
Yeah, we haven't heard from you in a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll listen to Dan sample from 2002 EP Dawn of Battle. Is that the title track that we're doing?
That is the title track, 2002. This is so far that we've heard the most produced that they've been, and I think that sort of helped them with what they do. It kind of just makes what they do, like it amps it up. It's a very heavy song. I think it might be the heaviest Manowar song that there is. So.
Yeah, because you think Louder Than Hell was like a good production. The next album, Warriors of the World, after all their like live touring that they're going through, they just amped the fuck out of it up, and we're gonna listen to something that comes after the album, but we'll come back to Warriors of the World after.
The riffing here is a little bit different than we've heard. The album art is pretty evil. Eric Adams' lyrics are pretty violent. So yeah, let's check this out.
All right, we'll be right back.
Dreadful thunder, the storm's moving in, and Judgment Day is calling. My soul has been healed by the power of steel, and the sound of glory. I will send into the ground all that I've found by the sign of the hammer falling. Yes, heathens will fall. I will strike down them all. Then you will know my calling. Bravery calls my name. In the sound of the wind in the night, my sword will drink blood, and I will fight. Yes, I will fight in the dawn of battle. Dawn of
All right, we're back from Dawn of Battle, and yeah, that is a big improvement. This is a song that I haven't heard, so it's really good to hear.
There's a section in this song towards the middle where it's I don't know if we should even listen to it. It's kind of like the Dawn of Battle thing, where it's like one of those little ballady parts that goes in back into the main thing. But man, it you know, on your own time, check it out. It's this is a repeater song. This has been one of my favorites for a long time. But yeah, it's amped up. It's like way more thrashy. It's way more like, I don't know, the lyrical the lyrical patterns. They feel so much more like oh man, just like intense. It almost feels like Judas Priest doing Painkiller or something. It's like a huge step up in intensity, but still retaining like who Manowar is. But lyrics are great. The sound here is awesome, and yeah, it's like it's one of the last things that they did as far as I'm concerned. Even though this is like 2002. Yeah, it's a cool song. What do you think about that one, Fred?
The production feels much more modern on this, and
Definitely. I think that
my-
helps a lot. I really dig it.
it works for it. And like the knee-jerk reaction I had is, this sounds really black thrash. Like, I could see some of that being on like an Urn album or something,
Yeah,
which is kind of
honestly,
interesting.
Yeah, Urn is an interesting one, but yeah, I feel like I'd be, if somebody who's into metal in general doesn't like this song, I don't understand. What is the matter with you? The song is awesome.
I would question them.
Honestly, yeah, it's one of my favorites, if not my favorite. It's the most, it's probably the most fierce, I think. It's the most bloodthirsty. My sword will drink blood.
Yeah, great pick.
It's a little aggressive.
Yeah, it's a little aggressive.
Well, this will be good to hear a little comparison to what they were like 2-3 albums ago. So Fred's last pick is gonna be from Kings of Metal, Kingdom Come.
Yep.
So
From 3 minutes to the end.
all right, we'll be right back.
The weight of the power.
All right, we're back from one of the most epic moments, vocally, and with the choirs in the back. Damn, it's good pick, Fred.
I feel
Yeah,
it's
I
one
didn't,
of the.
I didn't recall that.
Yeah, I don't know where it falls on the album, but if it ended on that song, it'd be a great way to end an album.
I believe that's right in the middle.
Yeah, that doesn't work for me. But
You're just
No,
like,
it's a
how can it get any better than that? Pretty much.
yeah, pretty
That-
much.
that
It's
song
such a great way to
that song
close it.
triggers my autism in a positive way. It's like I'm stimming. I'm rocking back and forth in my chair listening to it. It's doing it for me. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, no,
That
that's
does it for me as a hard.
those vocals are just absolutely soaring. It's fantastic.
Pretty good. Yeah, didn't recall that moment.
Yeah,
I will
good.
recall that moment from now on.
Yeah, great pick. Yeah, it was pretty short and just kind of repetitive, but it's just like a great way to sort of end the song. So, I mean, why not go out on it, fading out, you know? The next one I wanted to pick was from, I think, Warriors of the World. And we're going to do the song House of Death.
Don't
Yeah.
recall that one at all.
We're going to start from the beginning to about 2 minutes in. So we'll be right back. All right, we're back from House of Death. What do you guys think?
strangely riffy in a way that is a bit rare for this band.
Yeah, like this later half of the album, it's so good. Like Warriors of the World United, that one's like a real slow money beat song, but it's like still fucking epic as fuck and just like heavy.
Warriors of the world.
Yeah, and then it goes into Hand of Doom and House of Death, and they're just like fucking bangers.
House of Death is pretty heavy.
Yeah,
There's like sections where it's just doing chords back and forth, but it works. And then like a relatively evil riff.
yeah,
Heavy,
black
simple,
thrash
heavy.
shit, really driving double bass shit. I really like the vocals here.
Yeah, the vocals are awesome. The fact that they don't do songs this evil and this like aggressive too often makes them special, I think.
Yeah, like especially the lyrics. It goes, "My path is set. I live with no regret." And he does something weird with the vocal line at the end. Here he goes, "I'm sworn to kill, never to forget." Like,
To forget.
yeah, it's like he just holds it for like a second, and it's just like, oh, it's so perfect. Like, fuck, man. And I got all my brothers right here. We got the Japanese flag right here. We got Cock holding up one. We got Fred holding up a Canadian flag. We got me holding up the American. So yeah.
Oh yeah, Paul's the one holding the American flag, definitely.
Yeah.
Same physique.
Yeah. All right, Dan, let's close it out. What's your last sample?
Last sample is the final song on their 2007 album, Gods of War. We're gonna go with Odin. We're gonna go basically the end of the song. I feel like for me this is the end of Manowar because after this, who cares? Like
After this, they started doing reissues of like
exactly like they're pretty much done after this. As far as I'm concerned, this is their final album.
And right here, like the album cover, it's not just you on the cover; it's you and your boys.
It's you and your boys, yeah.
And the babes.
And the babes.
And
the
demons.
beautiful bathing beauties.
And the demons.
I think the positioning of the shade on their faces is dubious at best.
Indubitably. So yeah.
It's Odin the full song?
No, not the full song. We'll do the end. But I basically think this is like a fitting end to what happens at the end of this song is a fitting end to Manowar in 2007. You had a great run, and that's about all she wrote.
I mean,
So let's
goddamn,
check out
we
this-
picked out samples from like all across her discography. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is her 10th album. Like, fuck, that's a great run.
It's a good
My
it's a good
YouTube algorithm is going to be so fucked tomorrow.
All right, we'll listen to some Odin, and we'll be right back. God fucking damn, bro.
What's that?
That shit was too fucking epic for me, bro. That was so
That was
good.
pretty good, right?
Yeah, that was a perfect end. Like you said, it was like fucking Manowar dying.
Yeah, it's such an epic ending. It's like them as whatever Vikings, Odin's. They're giving their farewell, and it's like it feels very emotional and it feels very epic. Like that's something that I want to hear a bunch of times. I think it's a perfect ending um to Manowar in general.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah,
Because
this is great.
they're all singing at that point, and it's just this slow like dun, 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 winding down to dust.
Yeah, and this
Very epic
album's
moment.
very. I think it's a concept album. It's like has a lot of narration in there. Has a lot of orchestral,
Yeah.
like I guess stuff to like kind of propel it to like this epic level. And then there's also just fucking banger songs like this in there. It's like you kind of have to get through the theatrics to get to the core of what
Oh,
Manowar
definitely.
is.
With this album, yeah, you totally do. But yeah, there are like the song Loki God of Fire. That one's kind of like a classic type of
The
Manowar
one right
song. And
before
then
it too.
which song is that?
Sleipner.
I don't know that I recall that one.
That
But
one's really good.
yeah, that last one, Odin, the outro of Odin is I don't know. They did a really great job at closing out their career as far as I'm concerned. Because I think that was about it for a long time, and then they just started doing reissues maybe like 2 years later. But whatever. So yeah, that's about the end of Manowar. What a way to go out! I love that last bit there, just as epic as anything else they've done. True metal band for true metal warriors. Um, and yeah, total quality there, total quality with this band, and just generally cool stuff. I don't want to hear about Manowar being cheesy. Just accept it. They're not lying, and they're not saying anything that isn't true. Everything is true metal. There's nothing false here. So that's my closing statement, I suppose.
Yeah, one of my favorite just true metal bands. It doesn't get any better than this. Sure, there's bands that are more extreme and faster, but are they quite as epic? I don't think so. And from imagery to vocals to solos to just like good songs like this, for 10 albums to have like good songs sprinkled through here and there, and to even have albums that are just good all the way through for over 20 years is like just a great feat. And I hope we've brought a little justice to what Manowar is, and it should be considered and taken seriously by our listeners at least.
Yeah, definitely. It's essential, I think, for you as a metal guy to find a way, even if you think you don't like this band, find a way to like it. I think there was a short interview with one of the Manowar fans at a concert, and he says, "The man who doesn't like Manowar doesn't know himself."
Damn. Fred, you want to give us some last words on that?
I've enjoyed Manowar more over the course of this. the the early albums I'm still a little iffy on, but when they had found their footing a bit more, and like their early mid and later era, I can get behind. It's the the more rock influenced stuff earlier on that wasn't as
You know what I'm saying?
nah. But yeah, the earlier more rock oriented stuff, not as much for me. Even though some of the tracks
I
are pretty
feel the same
cool,
way.
they become more aligned with what I like as they go on.
There you go. I'm glad. All I had to take was listening to this music with your brothers of metal to
Yeah.
smack some sense into you.
This is what we're here for.
I'm gonna go autismo mode and listen to a couple of those samples back again, because two of them, the Kingdom Come one and this final one from Odin, those had me rocking like a spazoid.
You just gotta lay on your bed, put the massage vibration on, and you're good.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. I'm gonna take a rinse.
I'm
and
gonna
leave the AC
go
on
fall
here
asleep
so
listening to Maniac Butcher, because that's what I do apparently.
cold and metal and stuff.
Yeah. Alright, well, piglets. Listen to some Manowar.